Hey! Hello everyone. So for our assembly today, I'm going to be sharing a book with you. But before we get started on that, let's just remind ourselves of the RBOTs. So they're over here. We've got R1 is reflectiveness, R2 resilience, R3 resourcefulness, and R4 down the bottom reciprocity. We're going to focus on R2 today. And what is R2? Well, R2 is about resilient. And it's about being ready, willing, and able to lock onto your learning, but it's also about not giving up. It's about giving something a go and not worrying if you make mistakes or if it goes wrong, because that's what you need to do. And at the moment, lots of you are working at home, lots of you are working in school, and there are things that are going on at the moment that might make you feel less resilient, like, oh, I can't be bothered, or it's too hard, or whatever. But actually, this is the real time when we need to make sure and really test our resilience and make sure we give things a really good stab. Okay, so the book I'm going to read today is The Koala Who Could by Rachel Bright and Jim Field. Rachel Bright is the author and Jim Field is the illustrator. We've looked at a few books by these two before. So let's get going. Oh, I need to get out of the way. There we go. That's the opening page. I wonder if you know where this story's set. The clue is the animals. These animals, you only find them in this country. And the dedication says, for my wonderful, brilliant, adventureful dad, the most can-do Kevin I know. RB, Rachel Bright. And Jim Field's done his for Remy and Jack. Okay, the country it's set in is Australia, because that's the only place in the world where you find koala bears and kangaroos. In a wonderful place at the breaking of dawn, where the breezes were soft and the sunshine was warm, a place where the creatures ran wild and played free, a koala called Kevin clung to a tree. Can you spot him? He's up in the tree in the top corner. A nicer, greyer fellow you never would meet, as soft as a soft thing from ear tufts to feet. His favourite way to relax in the sun was to cling and to nap and to munch a leaf bun. He was terribly good at all these three things. Yes, Kevin was king of the staying still kings. You see, high up was safe, since he liked a slow pace, while the ground down below seemed a frightening place. Too fast and too loud and too big and too strange. Nope, Kevin preferred not to move, nor to change. So he clung to his tree, as he knew how to do, and was never too keen to try anything new. So when Wombat stopped by and shouted one day, "Hey, Kevin, why don't you come down here and play?" I think, he replied, I should stay on my plant. I'm busy right now. No, I'm sorry, I can't. Why not? Cried the Roos, who liked the idea. Yes, why? Called the Dingoes. You've nothing to fear. But Kevin, who wasn't the do things quick sort, said, I've clinging to do, but thanks for the thought. As Kevin sat watching them chatter and share, a part of him wished he could join in down there. But he knew he'd miss home, in the dark and the late. The whole thing was risky. Adventure could wait. Whatever the invite, he'd always say no. Oh dear, it seemed Kevin just couldn't let go. And when we talk about resilience, this is, one would say, well, he's sticking to what he's doing. He's not giving up. But actually being resilient is he being able to adapt and change to different situations. And Kevin, he can't do that. So his life was the same, no matter the day. The weeks came and went, and the months rolled away, and Kevin stayed still while the world moved around until he awoke to a worrying sound. Tap, tap, the sound went. Well, this was a blow. Tap, tappity tap, 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 tap. Oh no! Uncling, the crowd called that had gathered below. Leap, and we'll catch you. Just let yourself go. But Kevin was scared. Let go. No, I shan't. I won't, clung on Kevin. Oh dear, I just can't. Woomph. Down came the tree with a crackling and a pinging, crash and a wallop, with Kevin still clinging. Kevin, he carefully opened one eye. He looked up at the love staring down from the sky. Then one claw by one claw he slowly unclung. He felt springy and light and happy and young. The worst he could think of had now come to pass, and he was just fine. Why, he felt quite first class. So when Wombat held out a most welcoming paw, Kevin, he didn't hold back any more. When Dingo asked, "Now will you come out to play?" the crowd all joined in with a "What do you say?" And even though this wasn't part of his plan, Kevin replied, "Yes, I think that I can." And Kevin from then on was always can do. Because life can be great when you try something new. And that's the end of our assembly. Hey, here I am again. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a great book. And Jim Field is a fantastic illustrator. As I said, he's done lots of books. And him and Rebecca Bright, this partnership, they do these lovely books, and they're all based on animals. So I've read another one to you before, which was about a wolf. And there's another one about some squirrels. And there's one about a lion. So keep your eyes peeled for those, and I'm sure you'll enjoy them. They are great stories. So being resilient, it's not just about being able to stick to something and not give up, but it's about being flexible and being able to say, actually, I need to change what I'm doing. I'm going to keep going because actually the way I'm doing it at the moment is not working, so I need to do it in a different way. And you might be experiencing that, whether you're in school or at home. You might be switching on your computer or your tablet or whatever and seeing something on Seesaw and thinking, "Oh, I can't do that. I have no idea how to do that. I only know how to do it this way." Well, what you've got to do is you've got to be resilient, and you've got to think, is there another way I could do this? Is there a different way I could look at this and change the way I'm thinking about it? Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I hope you're all well. And I'll be doing another assembly soon. So take lots of care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye. And here I go. See you later. Bye.